Patch 2.3 is soon upon us. In it, we're gonna be getting some super interesting new characters, but also some super interesting old ones. And now, which ones are worth going for, which ones should you probably skip? Let's talk about it. Hello everybody, my name is Hako and welcome into the channel. So, as per usual, we're getting 4 characters. No, sorry, we're getting 5 characters next patch because we're also getting an A-rank character in form of Komano Manato. But we're getting 4 limited banners. 2 of them are gonna be reruns, and 2 of them are gonna be brand new characters. In the first half of the patch, we are getting Lucia. Lucia is an Ether support agent. She is brand new, and if you played any other horror game before, you probably know that one does not skip their support lightly. And if you were to look at like which characters are still used in meta teams to this day, it would still be the support. Meanwhile, you would be kind of hard pressed to find DPSs. So basically, a support in a Hoyo Gacha game, they last a lot longer than any other type. And Yidari is going to be a support focused on supporting Rupture agents. So basically, we have 3 character classes in 7.0. We have attackers, anomaly characters, and now, since Season 2, we also have Rupture characters. And content in the game will usually be tailored to either one of these 3. From a meta standpoint, I'd put Anomaly as the strongest subclass just with how it's structured. I put Attackers last and I put Rupture in the middle. Because Ruptures are kind of similar to Attackers, although the devs have given them, just 100% pen ratio innate, which is very, very good. And they've also made them tanky as all goddamn hell because they all scale off max HP. So what Yidari is going to be able to provide, she's going to be able to provide max HP increase for the entire team. She's also going to be able to apply a buff that increases damage dealt by percentage of your entire team. And she's also going to be able to increase sheer damage bonus, a stat that only Rupture agents have. So I would say, unless you're planning to skip Rupture altogether on your account, which I would advise against, Yidari is probably the prize of this patch. And once we reach Season 3, I could imagine that we look back on Season 2 and look from a meta standpoint, what were the most important banners, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Lucia among the top. Yusua provided a ridiculous boost to any sort of anomaly team, and now I think Lucia is here to do the same, but for Rupture agents. And rerunning with Lucia, we have Vivian. Now, Vivian is a very, very hecking strong unit that is meant as kind of an off-field, disorder-focused anomaly agent. And you can basically take any anomaly team and slot Vivian in, and it will be a big boost to that team. Now, Vivian is great, and she is not a bad pick to pick up. Instead, she's an extremely good character that I would still rank very high up on a tier list. I would say that I feel like Lucia is gonna be more important, but I would also say follow your heart. If you want Vivian, we're getting a new skin for Vivian, go for Vivian. But when it comes to Vivian versus Lucia, I would say that Lucia wins out. There are other characters in the game that can fit Vivian's role and do it almost as good. Meanwhile, I think Lucia is gonna be miles ahead of the competition when it comes to buffing and enabling Rupture agents. But don't worry, we're not gonna have to be guessworking for too much longer, because I'll have access to Lucia, Manato, and buffed Soldier Zero Ambi starting from I think tomorrow. So I'll give you more updates, once I have hands-on experience if my opinions change. And also something that must be factored in whenever we're talking reruns is that when a character gets released, their own internal doomsday clock starts ticking. Usually they get released and they're the best at doing what they do. If it's an on-field fire carry, they're probably gonna be the best on-field fire carry that's ever been released. And a pretty safe bet is that we're not gonna get another on-field fire carry anytime soon, since we just got one. But when we're talking reruns, basically anything could happen. Now in time, we're gonna be a lot closer to another really goated off-field anomaly character releasing than we were at the time of Vivian's release. But like I said, a goated unit can work without their engine and works fine at M0. and is a boon to any sort of anomaly team, so she's not a bad pick. Although if you can only pick one, I would recommend Lucia if we're looking at a meta perspective. Now for the second part of the patch, we are getting Yidari, which is an Ice Rupture Agent, Ice Rupture main carry that's gonna play like a little bit of fast and loose with her own HP. The less HP she has, the more damage she does, and she looks very fun, and I really love what they've done with the design. Rerunning alongside Yidari is gonna be Fufu. You might be thinking, didn't we just have Fufu doing her debut? We did, and I did not think she was gonna be coming back this early, but here she is. So Fufu is a stunner, kinda working on enabling rupture and attack radiance. And Fufu was released as like the partner to Yishuan. For other attackers agents, for example, there are better stunners, but for Yishuan there is, as of yet, no better teammate than Fufu. One of the big reasons is that Fufu increases ultimate damage by 40%. She also gives you a refund of decibels whenever you use an ultimate. All of this Yishuan can capitalize like extra good on because she can do, 2 ultimates. So she can kind of cheat the system and get much more value out of Fufu than any other character. So between Fufu and Yidari, which one would I recommend? I think I would put Yidari first. Now Yidari has some things working against her. One is her element. Yidari is ice, and if you're playing during the 1.4, you probably picked up Miyabi, and if you didn't at that point, you probably did it on Miyabi's rerun. So everybody has Miyabi, everybody has ice covered, right? Well, as of lately, the devs have been kind of focused on making sure that Miyabi will have a hard time getting through a lot of the end game content by making bosses hyper resistant to like ice and anomaly specifically. Which means at a normal investment level, we're kinda gonna need something else that's not Miyabi to help us get through it. And competent ice carries, they're all limited agents and they are a little bit in short demand. And Fufu is cracked, and she's a really good pickup if you already have Yishuan and you want to power her up. I could see in kinda near future that we'll get another stunner focused for rupture agents, that more general rupture agents are gonna be able to like draw out the full power of. Fufu was scaled around Yishuan, multiple ultimates, etc. to cheat Fufu's system. And I do think that we're very much entering into a rupture push with 2.3. So, the other 4 characters that they showcased for 2.4 and 2.5, well, I wouldn't be too surprised if one of them are like a better general rupture enabler than Fufu is. Which makes me recommend Yidari over Fufu at the current stage with the current information that we have available. So if I had to rank the 2.3 patch together, I would say Lucia, Yidari, Vivian, Fufu. Now everybody's account will look different, and as of right now, we do have a little bit of limited information available. I will be on the test server like testing all of this out and keeping you all updated as the testing progresses. But as of right now, these are my recommendations to be looking out for the 2.3 patch. But also, as always, pull with your hearts. Does any of these characters excite you extra much? Go for them. The best way to have fun in these games is to pull for characters that you want to pull for, that you like the look of, etc. So go with your heart. This is more of a discussion of a meta standpoint. If pulls are very limited, which ones I think that you should focus. And if I was a new account kind of starting out and I was lacking all of these units, I would be picking up Lucia, Yidari, and then holding fire a little bit until we have more information of the 2.4 and 2.5 characters. But all of these 4s are fantastic characters at doing what they do. And I would say that 2.3 is a patch where there's no wrong or bad choices to make. I do think that there's some maybe better choices if we look at it from a meta perspective. And I would not be surprised if the next anomaly agent that we get is someone that is gonna be gunning for Vivian's job and is gonna be doing it better. But we will see. Everybody, let me know your thoughts down below. Which characters are you going for and why? Let's come together as a community and help each other out to make up our own pulling plans. I myself, I already have Vivian, I already have Fufu, so I won't be going for any mindscapes on those. Instead, I will be going for Lucia and Yidari. And I'm gonna be doing extensive testing with both of them before they release on their own banners. So, I'll keep you posted so you don't have to, as we say in Sweden, buy the pig in the bag. I aim to give you as much information as possible so you can make a more informed decision when it comes to your in-game resources. Everybody, stay tuned, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a big hug, and until next time, Hako out.
Oh, I wish that you could just take it easy. Lay back, fast the way I roll. So get off my